Hi everyone. Welcome to Room 3. My name is Miss Moore and I will be your kids' new teacher for the incoming school year. I created a PowerPoint presentation that describes my teaching philosophies and I hope that you guys enjoy. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to raise your hand or to leave a comment down below. So let's start this. So welcome to Room 3. So I came across this passage while searching the web, and I decided to add this to my PowerPoint because it matches with what I believe education is all about. So, gardeners know they can make plants grow. Plants grow themselves, but gardeners create the right conditions. Teaching is like gardening. Provide the best conditions for growth, and you'll see an abundant harvest of talent, commitment, imagination, and creativity in your kids. So, just like gardeners, we teachers are just like them. You know, gardeners can't make plants grow on themselves. Um, we students grow on themselves, but however, we can't force student learning. However, we encourage, we foster learning um, through, you know, encouraging them. And we also use differentiation in the classroom. As we all know, every student is different and unique in their own ways. Some kids learn, are visuals. Some are auditory. Some are, they learn through movement. So in our classroom, we, when creating an environment, we must take all into consideration so that we can have an equal or a balanced classroom and everybody is able to learn. And then also, just like a gardener or teachers, we harvest as well. At the end of the school year, we form beautiful flowers. However, at the beginning of the school year, we plant the little seed. And every single day, we water them. So we put knowledge into their brain. And at the end of the school year, we are welcomed with, beautiful flowers. And that's, the growth that they've made throughout the year. So I thought that was a very true passage, so I decided to add this into my PowerPoint. In our next slide. So this is my teaching philosophy. So I have 3 points. So my first one is the purpose of education is to equip students with the correct tools necessary to succeed in life. So I'm a true believer that, in our classrooms, we equipped our students with the correct tools necessary to succeed in life. In our current classrooms, we have, our leaders of tomorrow. We have, our doctors, our presidents, our, teachers, our police officers. However, in order for them to be that, they must first go through the, learning process. They must first understand, um, the content that's taught at school. So it can be, as early as kindergarten where students, your kids, start learning about, learn how to write their name. So, writing. They learn about math, counting from 1 to 100, counting in tens. So they're, beginning their math, their math pathway. Also, they're learning sight words. So their literacy road. They're just beginning on their literacy road. And next year they learn about how to add, and so on and so forth. I'm just giving examples, but every year they learn a new technique or they learn new content that it's necessary in order for them to succeed, in upper grades, and eventually in order for them to succeed in future life. So I am a great believer that, we equipped our leaders for tomorrow, and we take the big responsibility as a teacher. Also, I believe that in our classroom, we encourage individualism and curiosity through student-led activities. So what that means is most of my classroom, our classroom, we teach our typical content, our state content. However, I like for those activities to be centered around, students' curiosity, what they're interested in. Because I believe that if we match that with, the current content, they're able to translate that information, and they're able to relate, and which leads them to better understand, the content being taught. I also believe that when students are hands-on on an activity, let's say, they collaborate in a classroom, they discuss, that's they're able to understand more, and it's called your social, not your social content. I'm forgetting the word. I'm sorry. Social learning. There we go. And this one right here, it's the second. Where's my? I think it's frozen. Okay, there we go. So this one right here, the ideas are based off the great American philosopher John Dewey. He was one of the progressivism. He was, the father of progressivism, and to this day, a lot of his, perspective are, are still with us. But yeah, so now let's go to the last one, which is most importantly, in order for a student to learn, students must feel safe and respected. So in order for a student to even begin to learn, they must first feel safe. They must feel that they're part of something, they're part of an entity. And we do this by, fostering that community environment, that family environment in a classroom. And we do this by, allowing students to be themselves, by allowing students to express themselves. We also do this by respecting one another. And at the beginning of the year, students, especially kindergartens, they learned a lot of new rules, and a lot of what's expected from them in a classroom environment. However, one of the first topics that I teach is that we respect everyone, we respect our classroom, we respect classroom material, and we respect our classmates. So no matter how funny their comment are, no matter how might be doing something silly, we respect each other, because we don't want to make anyone feel less, or anyone feel like they don't belong. So that's how I foster that student environment, or that family environment. And by creating that, students are, they feel safe and secure, and they're ready to learn, or learning comes easily, because they feel secure and they feel that they can be themselves. So hey, I'm ready to learn. So then one of our last pages, so a quote by John Dewey: all genuine learning comes through experiences. So on the following page, as you guys can see, a lot of classroom activities are hands-on. So for instance, in this one, we see how students are collaborating with each other. They are, here, they are, communicating with each other. Here, they're learning through hands-on activities. And for like this one, so yes, they're learning how to, they're learning sight words, but they're also, are partaking in a hands-on experience where they're able to group their own blocks. And they're able to see, oh, if I put the T in the O, it creates two. Or if I put the Y, yo, O, U, it creates, the U. And by being hands-on, students are able to understand more and are able to remember more. And we want students to remember the content because, they'll need this information in future years. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed my PowerPoint presentation, and I can't wait to meet you guys.